Tea Time with Tia. I am your host, Tia Williams. Tea Time with Tia is a talk show that empowers you to be free by spilling my tea. I share my testimonies on how I overcame in life using kingdom principles. What are kingdom principles? They're simply God's way of doing things. Principles work for anyone, anywhere, at any time, and under any circumstances. Isn't that good news? Yeah! So who's ready to be free? I'm ready to spill my tea. Yeah. It's tea time. So we are 2 months into the new year. 2019 has been deemed the year to build. So I couldn't think of a better place to start building than relationships, specifically friendships. Do you know that most people are one offense away from ending their relationships? Come on, one offense away. I believe that we lack understanding when it comes to this specific area. Proverbs 4:7 says, wisdom is the principal thing. With all thy getting, get understanding. So today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to get wisdom and we're going to get understanding. My assignment today is to present to you the kingdom's perspective as it relates to friendship. You guys ready for it? Yeah. Thank you. When you guys leave here, I'm going to provide you with practical principles to apply to your everyday life. So today, I have some very special guests. They're going to serve as our panel today. We're going to have an open discussion on friendship. These groups of ladies are my peer group that is going to give you guys their personal perspective on friendship. So my first guest is a relationship expert, author, and media personality. Nightly, you can hear her on Baltimore's WEAA 88.9 FM. And on the weekend, you can catch her on New York's legendary WBLS 107.5 FM. Talking about the latest in pop culture, relationships. She is also an author. She is also a frequent guest expert for many national media outlets. WeTV, Oxygen, Fox, BET, Cosmopolitan, and many more. She recently received a Lifetime Achievement Award in Media and an Executive Citation from Anne Arundel County. Please welcome LaDawn Black. Mother of 3 handsome sons. She works in the federal government for over 16 years as an IT project manager. She has several degrees, a BS in criminal justice, computer information systems, and a master's in business administration. She volunteered with BGC Child Life Ministry and Disease Relief. She is also a lifetime member of Blacks in Government. Give it up for Sharice Ford. Certainly not least, this person is known as the Marketing Whisperer. She is the CEO of the P3 Solutions. She is a marketing and communication professional, an international speaker, trainer, facilitator, and professor. She is also an author of Market Simple and the Oops Moment. Please welcome Sharon Washington. So excited to have these ladies with us today to discuss friendship. But before we get into the topic, I have a confession to make. These ladies aren't just some women that I invited to have a discussion. These ladies are my first friends. I've been knowing these ladies for over 35 years. We met in 4th grade. Yep. Give it up for my friends. How many of you guys are still in touch with your first friends? Do we have anybody? Yeah. Isn't it wonderful? Okay, so let's talk. Let's talk, you guys. I'm going to be moving around, but let's talk about the group dynamic, right? So we all was friends in the 4th grade. But before we get started, Sharice, when did you come into the circle group?
I met Sharon and LaDon, I believe it was the 2nd quarter of 3rd grade. We were in Mrs. Porter's class.
Wow. Yeah. What about Sharon and LaDon? Who came next? Who?
I think we were first.
Yeah, we were together in the first grade.
First grade, yeah. So, I don't even remember who the teacher was. Like, that's bad. I'm only 27.
Yeah, and we also, we're missing another friend. Her name is Donita. She currently lives in California. I tried to get her on the phone, but we just couldn't make it work. But, you know, I'm so glad you ladies were available to do this with me. This means so much to me. So we're getting ready to spill our tea. Okay, so let's talk about the group dynamic of friendship. Right? So we're all friends. You know, I like girl groups because you get a smorgasbord of friends, right? But on the flip side, you get a lot of personalities you got to deal with. So just between us, like, what was our personalities? How would you describe, they wasn't ready for this. How would you describe our personalities? Because I think they're still the same.
I think I was the bossy one.
Yes, you think? That's why you talk first. LaDon was creative.
Yes.
Like, you guys remember we had the oratorical contest?
I've been talking for a long time.
Can you guys imagine a 9-year-old? She would have a notebook. She would walk across the stage like this, command the stage. And LaDon won all of the contests, right?
Well, I had the same voice.
It was made for television and radio. But LaDon used to win all of the contests, and so she trained me. I'm like, okay, I want a piece of that. I don't know if you remember that, but yeah, I won this contest because they were like tired of you. You remember that? So look, I gave LaDon these to win. Okay, what about Sharon?
I'm part of a twin troublemaking group, Tia and Sharon. Same, outgoing, loud, silly, fun. That was me. That's me today. That was me out the womb, probably. And I probably was a little too silly.
She was ADD.
Yes, that's what I told her today.
Y'all can spill y'all tea on me. What's my personality?
Well, you know, we spent a lot of time together, Tia. A lot of in trouble time together. We were talkative, so the teachers had to move us a lot. They split us. Sharice, not so much. Donna, no. Tia and I, absolutely.
It was an energy. I don't know what it
had a lot of mouth.
I had a lot of mouth. I still have a lot of mouth. Who gonna check me? Exactly. Yeah, so do you guys notice that in that group dynamic that, you know, you take on roles?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I think for me, I admired absolutely the creativity of LaDon. Like LaDon was serious before you became like, oh my goodness. She would write plays. We were just talking about that. Like, seriously, write plays in the 3rd grade.
And we had a commercial.
So I think when we started the group, or when we build this foundation of friendship, that you see how your role kind of morphed, and no one got in each other's lane. Like this was a really good, solid friendship, group friendship. I mean, you know, you had your falling outs here and there, but really, I have to say, to be friends and to still be in contact with them 35 years later is amazing.
It's a big thing. It's a big thing.
So, married, we have some, LaDon, you're married, Sharon, you're married, Sharice was married, she's a young widow. Yeah, but how do you guys deal with friendship in the marriage? Like, do your spouse inherit your friends and you inherit their friends? Do you guys seek out, you know, couples to be friends with? And then what if you like the wife but don't like the husband? You know, do you take one for the team? Do we have some married folks in here? Who's married? Yeah, I'm so spill your tea. I'm gonna come on over here. Okay, married couples.
Okay, so I guess I'll jump in. You know, when it comes to being married and having friendships, you do have your friendships that you had prior to the marriage. And you hope all of that gels, but sometimes it doesn't. So I think it's okay to have friends outside of your marriage as long as they respect the marriage. That's the big piece. And then as you meet friends, and of course you want a couple friends, you want people who are sort of living the same life that you're living, but you have to realize too, if I really like the wife and I don't like the husband, well, I gotta deal with that. That's just how that rolls. But as long as there's mutual respect, you can make it work.
Yes. So give me your name.
Larisha.
So have you experienced that with your spouse?
Yes.
Friendship?
Yes.
How do you handle that?
I keep her kind of at a distance. I like the husband better than the wife. But I mean, I'm cordial. But at the same token, her and I personality, we just don't mesh.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm respectful, and like I said, I keep her at a distance.
That's some tea for you. So my husband and I kind of inherit his friends. So my husband works for Verizon, and he had his guy friends, his co-workers. Well, they would hang out, but then the wives wanted to, you know, hang out as well. So we started hanging out, but I was like, this is not my cup of tea. I'm a sports fanatic. Like my family, like my friends, like we watch boxing, we watch football. So when they would have a fight party, the women are in the kitchen, and I'm like, I want to be down there with the guys. But then I'm like, oh, I gotta represent my husband, so I gotta go in the kitchen. I ended that. I told my husband, I said, listen, you can still be friends with the guy. I'm out. I can't do it. So I took one for the team, but only for a little while. I just couldn't do it. So let's talk about friendships. Do we have I was taught that the power to define is the power to fulfill. So I want to know, what's your definition of friendship? Because if you can't define what a friend is, then how can you be it? And how can you pick it? How can you choose your friends if there's no definition? So I don't know which one of you guys want to take on that definition.
I think it's a person that allows you to be you, the real you, and accepts you as you are, and that, you know, it works on the other side too. You have to make sacrifice in the friendship. I remember having midnight calls from a friend who needed me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta go to work tomorrow. But I had to remind myself that if I call myself her friend, I need to be there for her. So you have to definitely make sacrifices.
Wow. What about you? Do you have a definition? What's your name?
Marcia. I would say that a friend to me is, everybody has a place. Everybody has a place. I define you by your place, you know, in my life. I have childhood friends that aren't really, this might sound bad, as meaningful today as they were then. So when I'm in the selection process of friends now, you have a place. So by me growing up, I know that everybody's not a friend. You know, I have associates, but friends are those who are dear to me, that's like right here, you know, and I can come to you with different things, you know, so in that case.
Okay, that's good, that's good. Do we have any men in here that maybe can give us a definition? I'm gonna pick on my husband. Do you have any men? No, because men may define friendships different. So we kind of want to spill the tea. I mean, and you may not have a definition, and that's fine. See, on Tea Time, we're about the truth. We're about honesty. Relationships are mirrors. So I want to give you guys a variety of mirrors so you can see yourself. So he very well may not have a definition of a friend, which may mean, or you may see why he may not have friends, or maybe why he's picking the kind of friends that he has. Now, I'm not saying that that's his case, but I'm just saying, you know, if you can't define a friendship, then that may be why you don't have any, and that may be why you're picking the ones that you're picking, because you can't define it. So, just from a male's perspective, do you guys choose friends maybe different than women? You know, because sometimes we'll pick somebody that look like us, you know, they gotta have a college degree. I heard some of y'all snooty people, they gotta have a college degree, but I don't have one.
I don't have a definition of friend, but I don't pick my friends. It usually just evolves. But if I consider you a friend, I'm loyal to you. You can call me at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, and I will come to your rescue per se. I'm a listener for my friends, and I'm brutally honest to my friends. I will tell them in a minute, nah, that ain't gonna work. Don't do that. Stop. Stay home. That's it.
That's some good tea. That's some good tea. So, do you guys feel like maybe your definition of friend kind of filters out who you will hang with? Because I believe you can be friends with anybody.
Yeah.
Oh, so do you guys think you can be friends with anybody?
No.
Oh, I
Yes.
need some no. Okay, let me get a yes, and then I'm gonna find a no. Oh, because Sharon is a social butterfly.
Yes.
This chick, go on her Facebook page, she probably got about 50,000 friends. Everybody knows Sharon. Okay, so who said no? Why Sharon give us her yes?
So my yes is because you have deep friends, you have associates that are still kind of friends. So I think the term language influences perception. So me, friend is fluent and it's fluid. So anybody can be my friend. Can anybody be in my close tribe? Absolutely not. No. But any one of you, you're gonna be my friends after this. We're all gonna be friends. I like that because I like the comfort of my gifts are for people. My gift is to be something for other people, and I can't very well do that if I'm guarded with that term friend.
Yes. Come on, Diane.
Okay, I think I say no only because some people are not extroverts, they introverts, so they don't like to be bothered, so I guess that's my definition.
They're my friends too.
Yes, I agree with Sharon. I really feel like you can be friends with everybody. You know, there's a scripture in the Bible, and it talks about this lawyer had asked Jesus a question, and he said, well, who is my neighbor? So we're going to use friend as neighbor. And so Jesus said, okay, well, let me give you a scenario. There was this guy, he traveled from Jerusalem to Jordan. He was robbed, he was stripped, he was beat up, he was left for dead. And so the first guy came and saw the man, and he went across the street. And then the second guy saw the man, and he did the same thing as the first one, he went across the street. Well, the third guy came along and helped him up, got him dressed, dusted him off, put him on his horse, provided him a place to stay. And Jesus asked him, so which one of the three is your neighbor? It's the one that you have compassion for. Come on, you can have compassion for anybody. That's a friend. I'm a friend. If you have a need, if there's something that I can assist you with, I'm your friend. You know, you don't turn your back on someone that is in need. So that's my definition of what a friend is, you know? And so I feel like we have a lot of relationships from the outside in instead of from the inside out. Meaning we judge people based on the outside, but it's what's on the inside of me that should show up in my relationships. You know, it shouldn't be about where Marsha said something about me, or she talked, or she did this. I'm not going to respond to her because it's about what's on the inside of me. what she does can't move me. And so, you know, Marsha, you can testify to this. I told Marsha, I gave her an insight, and this was a teaching moment. I'm a teacher, you guys. So I revealed to Marsha that I don't like a certain person. She was like, what? I wouldn't be able to tell that. I said, you're not supposed to. You will never know who I don't like. Because the way people act or the things that they do, it doesn't dictate how I treat you. This person will never know that I feel a certain way about them because I know how to treat people. And so, I'm gonna spill your tea, Marsha. Look, so there was a time we were all standing outside, right? Now, Marsha, this is another thing. You gotta know who's in your circle. You gotta know your friends, right? So Marsha is a protector. So when you have a friend like that's a protector, you have to protect them. Because she'll fight anybody for me. So I have to be careful of what I share with her because she'll make my enemy her enemy. But I don't want that. That's not how I roll. So this one person, you know, did something, it didn't bother me, right? So when the person came on the scene, Marsha's whole face just frowned up. And I'm like, fix your face. And she couldn't. She was like, you know, trying to twitch. I'm like, fix your face. And she was like, how do you do that, Tia? Because it's not about them. It's about you. So I've taught Marsha how to win people over. There has been people that didn't speak to her. And you know, she's like, well, I ain't gonna speak to them. No, we're not doing that. Yes, you are. You're gonna speak to them. You're gonna hug them. You're gonna go out of your way to win them over. And what did the chick do now? She's like your best friend.
I'm like her auntie to her kids.
We are powerful. We don't let anybody dictate to us how we're gonna act, how we're gonna respond. If you want to be a friend, be a friend. Be a friend. So I want to ask you guys about standards. When you meet someone and you like them, you're like, oh, I like her. Do you have standards for your friends? Do you present them in the beginning? Do you do it as you go along? Do you wait till something happened and now you want to say, oh, well, no. So talk about standards. Somebody raise your hand if you want to kind of get in on this.
Well, I mean, personally, my standard is how you talk about other people. So I'm an observer. So if I meet someone and that friendships are organic, it's chemistry based, but I sort of observe too. So how you talk about other people, how you sort of move and operate, that really sort of dictates if you stay in the inner circle or not.
That's good. That's good. Come on, young people, talk to me. You know, because no, this is all good. It's okay. It really is. You guys, friendships are important. You know, you're judged by the company that you keep, right? So if you don't have any standards, guess what? You teach people how to treat you. And you should teach people how to treat you. Your standards will teach people how to treat you. So just talk a little bit. Do you guys even have those kind of conversations? Do you say, look, I don't gossip. Like if your friend talk about someone else, like LaDon was saying earlier, she watched people. Do you say, man, this chick, she's talking about her, she gonna talk about me as soon as I leave out the room? You know, do you guys do that?
I'm Chrissy. I would say I definitely pay attention to the same thing. I do a lot of observing. It's hard when to tell you that you guys are really friends, because if you're meant to be friends, it happens naturally. You don't have to really talk about, oh yeah, well, I guess we're best friends. Well, I guess you're my friend now. And you kind of, you develop a trust the longer, you know, you share interests and you talk and you guys hang out. And so a certain type of loyalty, it starts to develop. And if it doesn't, you'll definitely notice it. And so, like you said, it's no hard feelings. You just kind of keep it moving and, you know.
Good. That's good. That's good. So I want to touch on one other point, and that's honor. Right? I know that's an old term. We don't really use that term, honor. We have a lot of talk about respect, you know, but most people say, oh, you got to earn my respect. But honor is something that you give freely. And so I want to give you guys a couple of words. Kabod, that's a Hebrew term. It's heavy, it's to give weight. Tomato is a Greek word. It means to fix the value of, to revere, to have a high regard for someone. And so I'm gonna point out one of my other friends, Miss Anita over here. I have a high regard for her. I can cry. Oh. So this lady right here, I never knew her, right? So when I would come to church, she's always smiling. She's always giving you a hug. And so one day I'm sitting in the pews and she come over to me and say, I want to talk to you after church. And y'all know my personality. I'm like, oh, who she talking to, me? But she got personality too. She said, you. I want to see you after church. So I'm like, okay. So she came over to me and she said, hey, I want you to serve in my area of ministry. So I told her, I said, you know what? I will only say yes to you. It's because I always see you smiling. I always see you kind. You're always so, friendly. I would not have served in ministry if it wasn't for her smile, if it wasn't for her personality. I didn't know anything about her, but I just saw, how she was, when no one was watching her per se. And so the other thing is when you have friends, you have to know if they're adding something to you. So one day, my church, we were having this conference, a women's conference. And so I'm with Anita, she's my mentor. And this lady can serve like nobody's business. This isn't natural for me. Serving isn't natural for me. So we go into one of the small rooms. You remember, you know what I'm talking about? And so Lisa Ray was one of the, y'all know what I'm talking about. What's the show? Yeah, the actress, Players Club, right? So she was doing a discussion, some type of group discussion, and so her assistant came over and she was like, hey, Lisa wants some gum. I'm like, to say to myself, your assistant? Look, I wasn't the server. I'm like, gum? You're the assistant? I'm like, you better go find some gum. So Anita's like, no, we're gonna get some gum. There was no vending machines. There was no store in walking distance. Me and Anita went all throughout the conference. Hey, you got some gum? Somebody got some gum? This chick tracked down gum. Come on. She tracked down gum for this lady. So the lady we met, she had a pack of gum. She said, here. We went back and took the gum to Lisa Ray. But it's like, come on, who would do that? I will always honor her for showing me how to serve. It's like you have to find that positive piece. She can be messy all over the place, but I choose to focus in on a positive quality that she possessed or something that I will want, and forever I will honor this lady. Oh. Good. So I believe I am out of time. I thank you guys so much. I do. These are my first friends. These are my best friends. Give it up for our panel. I'm Tia Williams. I hope you guys enjoy Tea Time with Tia. Be blessed. Have a good day.
It's tea time.